What's more, besides expecting we go, for example, on Coinbase diagram, I figure you can agree with me, it is by all accounts volume on Bitcoin for the quite a while is going perpetually lower, which right as of now suggests that the breakout out of the triangle here is most probably drawing nearer unbelievably soon. The speculative worth objective can be assessed with a send-off of our psi-adjusted triangle, putting the example line on the logical breakout. Clearly, eventually I would concur that we genuinely have a higher vol breaking towards the expected addition, and it appears to be like the goal would be $31,000 on the buy Bitcoin cost. Assuming no one cares either way, mate, recollect that we have a more prominent level of resistance, not actually at the worth focal point of our triangle, but many weeks, is at $28,900. Furthermore, similarly we genuinely have a tremendous volume level, imperceptibly lower than our worth focal point of the triangle at 30,300. Consequently, I would concur if Bitcoin does see a push towards the possible addition, this specific locale will be our fundamental expense focus because of a colossal volume level, and clearly in like manner considering a large number of weeks high term period of time, level of resistance, why a breakout of our triangle will be an especially in general very bullish correspondence. Since similarly we are then going to break our more prominent level arrive at on the 4-hour time span towards the likely increase, which is positively going to be a bullish piece correspondence. There is a issue with our triangle and that is, it looks basically marvelous. Additionally, clearly if the triangle looks basically perfect, probably it won't trademark as superb as it truly looks. So definitely be conceivably prepared for a more control for a precariousness at this specific locale of as some kind or another. Notwithstanding, regardless, as a general rule, I would truly say I would expect that the triangle will see a break towards the possible addition, maybe in the impending hours and beforehand. Right now, we truth be told do examine an invalidation level that is right currently being incredibly huge going with our volume here. Regardless, right now we genuinely need to examine a fundamental level that, from my perspective, necessities to hold if we could really need to see a break towards the expected increase, maybe in the impending hours. What we need to cause reference to here is truly going to be our place of control or the best volume bunch of the entire upper expense portion. So let me simply from a genuine perspective dispose of everything from our outline. We will perceive the best volume level, which will be and land at $28,062. This level is incredibly critical because you can truly see on the 2-hour time frame it has been respected for the new days, almost immaculately. We have been getting a crackpot or the like. Essentially every single time we retested our place of control. Moreover, in addition to that, what we truly maintain that should do expecting we go with our semi-future diagram, it is by all accounts that right now Bitcoin really certified an insane semi-opening, which shut down at $28,070. This level here is from a genuine perspective exactly the same as our place of control. Moreover, in addition to that, Fibonacci ordinary follow spent from our swing globe back to our swing level. It seems like gold pocket changing immaculately with our motivation and control, changing perfectly with the finish of our semi-opening. So I would concur that like that unless Bitcoin truly starts traversing the gold Fibonacci standard extent and the spot of control. As I might want to think, this level is a very charming assistance locale where conceivably we could be looking for a long or a buying responsibility for sort or another if Bitcoin, maybe in the looming hours, will be actually feel the semi-opening. The issue will happen if, clearly we will start losing our place of control and the splendid foo extent. Anyway, incidentally, at this moment, beautiful assistance level. Likewise, in addition to that, we truly need to make reference to that right now we are moving in a typical up design, fundamentally looking on the 1-hour time frame. It appears like we got, eventually, the cross of our 50 and 200 sensational film typical. So in this manner, we are in an ordinary up design on the 1-hour time for Bitcoin. Likewise, clearly moreover going with the Adler's Esticator on the everyday time span, who is started bowing towards the expected addition and besides the step-by-step period of time is currently moving right now towards the possible increase on our Adler's Esticator. So overall, I should say, as I might want to think, Bitcontain looks bullish. I would expect another break towards the, in a perfect world, clearly, towards our high drum time span levels towards our $30,000 locale where we truly have our a large number of weeks through a stretch of time level of check. By and by, zooming out to some degree, assume on the 4-hour, or maybe on the regular time frame, I figure you can agree with me. The entire expense portion that has been molding for the new weeks here looks unbelievably right. In case we are assuredly not moving tactlessly towards them side end. Impending apparently everlastingly at this specific district, which could suggest that this entire cementing, that this entire even reach is actually the fourth A wave before we can be expecting another drive towards the likely increase. Additionally, here we ought to be aware of our RSA pointer in light of the fact that, in case the push towards the potential addition will happen in the looming days, there will be a higher high on Bitcoin and perhaps a lower high on the RSA marker, expecting a negative uniqueness is being molded on the ordinary time span. For our RSA pointer, we will know, no doubt it is truly, or really it was the fourth back road 12. We finished our drive with a fifth alley wave towards the expected increase, and we can be expecting a more noteworthy excusal, a more prominent cure towards drawback in the impending weeks. However, transient-wise, it appears like we have still bullish market structure. We are entering a regular up design moreover on the 1 hour time span. So by and large, eventually bullish. That is the explanation. Clearly I'm holding some incredibly wonderful long and buy positions on Bitcoin and clearly similarly on Ethereum. However, in light of everything, where we can write buy and buy desire to go with an immaculate, long, or buying position of Bitcoin. If you genuinely feel to some degree more strong, I'd truly say since we had the choice to recuperate our ordinary, we can at present be looking for some kind of a long diversion position with this stop incident. As we referred to already, under our place of control under $28,062. By and by in a perfect world this level here would be infinitely better locale for us to be looking for a long diversion position in light of the fact that as referred to beforehand, it's significantly more wonderful level because of the semi-opening. Additionally, clearly moreover in light of the fact that we genuinely have our splendid foo extent unequivocally on here. Regardless, eventually, clearly I don't. In case we are truly going to right now in the approaching hours, fill the semi-opening and truly around then conceivably continue with our way towards the, so I would concur locally we are looking bullish here. Subsequently, I would be looking for quite a while and buy positions at the areas of help here. Likewise, before long, preferably in the looming hours, maybe in the impending days, we will see a break towards the possible increase out of our enormous psi-even triangle. Also, much obliged. Accepting that you're right now, a remarkable like button concordance out. So Bitcoin a couple of hours sooner got a useful breakout towards the conceivable increment out of our more honest psi-even triangle yesterday, since we were preparing around mid-weekend. We got a phony out towards disadvantage straightforwardly into our two standard high-term time frame levels of help. Similarly, obviously in the event that we really see a push towards them side into the area of help, we are not exactly captivated going with a flawless short or test position on the piece incorporated ton of retail transporters. We're really shorting the specific base. How might I have some felt that regardless? Since it is apparently our CVD pointer began framing another barely out of the plastic new, lower low, here. Open interest. Reached out towards the conceivable increment, and that recommends impeccable cash coming into the market. Really selling pressure coming into the market. However, the piece included was framing some sort of a higher low here, bullish uniqueness on our CD marker straightforwardly at our area of help. Individuals were shortening the help level and obviously as a result of that we got one more crazy push towards the conceivable expansion on the piece incorporate right at this point notwithstanding, recovering the ordinary Hiram time frame level snag at 28,001. Similarly, $69. At this point, in the end plainly, I'm holding a fresh out of the plastic new broadened and a bank position on the piece contained from the area of $27,900. Besides, obviously, likewise I'm in a fresh out of the plastic new broad or a purchasing position or Ethereum from $1,808. I entered a long or a purchase at this particular cloud here on a swinging dissatisfaction plan, and from that point forward I'm in this position. Later in the video, I will provide for you where possibly you could be searching for a barely out of the plastic new, long, or a purchasing position in the event that Bitcoin is possibly going to offer us one more opportunity for us to go with an ideal long. Nevertheless, in any case, we will see on a push toward a normal increment. The ongoing second we are seeing a dismissal from the top of our gigantic even show up at here. In addition, besides, review yesterday we were alluding to why this particular region is a particularly basic level we ought to focus in on going right now with our more noticeable slipping channel. It seems like we are seeing a response precisely at this particular region, and on top of that Fibonacci ordinary substitution from our swing level to our swing low, it is apparently without a doubt, Bitcoin is seeing a dismissal conclusively and faultlessly at the marvelous Blee match. Similarly, at the most raised reason in our dead dropping channel. Obviously, the break towards the conceivable increment out of this dropping channel break of this corner-to-corner level of obstruction, according to my viewpoint, is clearly going to be a bullish sign. Additionally, possibly then we could endeavor to guess that the more noticeable show up at here ought to be broken towards the logical increment. In any case, what it really resembles at this moment, in light of the fact that Bitcoin framed yesterday, a welcome ready here and taking into account the way that right now it seems like we are getting a dismissal. Pacific breathtaking food degree, we can see another an immaculate Smeel triangle forming on the 4-hour time span. So how we will respond, discussing our truly reassuring discouraged spots with an inclining level of help here, communicating our lower levels with one more slanting degree of opposition. It is apparently that why. Also, yesterday we were framing another side-changed triangle here, yet besides right now we are exchanging even a more significant side-even triangle with a higher likelihood of breaking toward the conceivable increment, and it is apparently that. Without a doubt, the breakout from this more important side-changed triangle is according to a certified viewpoint approaching in the looming hours or perhaps in the approaching days, considering the way that Bitcoin is correct as of now, coming straightforwardly towards the zenith of this particular triangle. Before long, each and every time, focus on the triangle. We really want to check volume out. Is volume going ceaselessly lower? Similarly, I would really say it is apparently without a doubt, volume is decreasing, to some degree on the 4-hour time span on the BB frame. Likewise, other than expecting we go, for instance, on Coinbase chart, I figure you can concur with me, it is apparently volume on Bitcoin for the a really long time is going never-endingly lower, which right at this point proposes that the breakout out of the triangle here is most likely moving closer extraordinarily soon. The speculative worth gold can be surveyed with a farewell of our side-changed triangle, putting the model line on the legitimate breakout. Obviously, at last I would agree that we truly have a higher vol breaking towards the normal expansion, and it has all the earmarks of resembling the objective would be $31,000 on the buy Bitcoin cost. Expecting nobody minds one way or the other, mate, recall that we have a more conspicuous degree of opposition, not really at the value point of convergence of our triangle, yet numerous weeks, is at $28,900. Moreover, obviously, comparatively we really have a colossal volume level, intangibly lower than our value point of convergence of the triangle at 30,300. Subsequently, I would agree on the off chance that Bitcoin does see a push towards the conceivable expansion, this particular region will be our crucial cost center due to an enormous volume level, and obviously similarly taking into account a gigantic countless weeks high term time frame, level of obstruction, why a breakout of our triangle will be a particularly and everyday exceptionally bullish correspondence. Since comparatively we are then going to break our more noticeable levels show up at on the 4-hour period of time towards the possible increment, which is decidedly going to be a bullish piece correspondence. There is a issue with our triangle, and that is, it looks fundamentally brilliant. Moreover, obviously on the off chance that the triangle looks fundamentally great, likely it won't reserve as magnificent as it genuinely looks. So most certainly be possibly ready for a more control for an instability at this particular region of an as some sort or another or another or another or another. In any case, notwithstanding, when in doubt, I would genuinely say I would expect that the triangle will see a break towards the conceivable expansion, perhaps in the looming hours and in advance. The present moment, we believe it or not do look at a nullification level that is correct as of now being inconceivably enormous going with our volume here. Notwithstanding, at this moment we truly need to look at a crucial level that, according to my viewpoint, necessities to hold in the event that we could truly have to see a break towards the normal increment, perhaps in the looming hours. What we really want to make reference here to is genuinely going to be our place of control or the best volume pack of the whole upper cost segment. So let me essentially according to a certified point of view discard everything from our framework. We will see the best volume level, which will be and land at $28,062. This level is extraordinarily basic since you can really see at the top of the hour, on the 2-hour time span it has been regarded for the new days, nearly, impeccably. We have been getting a maniac or something like that. Basically each and every time we retested our place of control. Also, likewise, what we genuinely keep up with that ought to do expecting we go with our semi-future chart, it is apparently that right now Bitcoin truly guaranteed a crazy semi-opening, which shut down at $28,070. This level here is according to a certifiable point of view the very same as our place of control. Also, likewise, Fibo standard adhere to spent from our swing globe back to our swing level. It seems like gold pocket changing impeccably with our inspiration and charge, changing impeccably with the completion of our semi-opening. So I would agree that like that unless Bitcoin really begins navigating the gold Fibo standard degree in the spot of control. As I should suspect, this level is an exceptionally enchanting help district where possibly we could be searching for a long or a purchasing line.